Just one more level to go, and I'm really, hopefully, that this final level doesn't go nearly as dragged on as the Forms of Power does on the previous levels, that's for sure. Or, don't forget though, nowhere near as frustrating as the Forms of Power does it on the previous levels too, with all that complications as well as, you know, a control scheme, and on top of all that stuff though, everything else in this game just feels a bit multitasking all at once, so excuse me. Hey, what's up ladies and gentlemen, it is I am the one and only Sonic the Hedgehog here, and I'm Mighty the Armadillo here. We are back for yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos once again. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of Wario, Master of Disguise, aka Phantom Thief Wario D7 for the Nintendo DS. So last time we've pretty much done with episode 9, and now we move on to the final episode, which is the final face-off in episode 10, strangely. So either way though, we'll just get this thing to it right here. So this is obviously takes place after the events of, you know how episode 9 just somehow ended? So as a result though, there's not much else we can able to discuss upon that particular cutscene right here, so we can pretty much guarantee about the fact that we can able to actually like, oh, he just somehow teleports out of nowhere. Okay then, seems kind of convenient I guess, but it's just the fact that, well, oh wait a second, is Count Kanonoi is gonna help us this time around though? I don't know about you, but oh, it looks like we ended up in, let's just say like a rip-off of the Lion King Sunset vibe environment as far as I'm concerned, except, well, I don't think it's going to take place in the Africans, so instead it's going to take place, I would say, during the gardens or something like that. Kind of weird able to actually have ourselves the garden environment as the final level in the game. So let's face it though, we'll pretty much get able to actually just to like, well, get this episode started and exponentially, let's get on the move. And hopefully we won't be able to, excuse me, we won't be able to actually have ourselves a lot of frustration here and there, but I highly doubt we still might come across into some frustrations here and there. I mean, let's face it though, we're pretty much almost nearly at the end of this godforsaken game, so anyway, so let's go ahead and oh, looks like we meet up with him, and he's probably gonna steal a red precious diamond or a red chaos emerald, despite the fact that, well, it's not usually a red chaos emerald, but it's more specifically the red diamond itself. And I'm thinking he's probably gonna be placed it somewhere elsewhere, so either way though, we're gonna have to able to actually deal with those multiple doors. It does kind of reminds me of something related to Klonoa Moonlight Museum, I suppose, where it comes to one of those levels in that game that you have to traverse through different doors within different sections. So it does kind of reminds me of that particular stimulations in mind. So yeah, I guess that's convenient, I suppose. So anyway, so it looks like that. I wonder what these green mushrooms are for exactly. But I do know for a fact, for one thing, I'm presuming those green mushrooms act out as switches, and I can assure you the blue mushrooms were able to reset those mushrooms. So, well, presumably we need to able to activate them, and I get the horrible feeling that there might be some of those mushrooms can be very well hidden from the likes of the forms of, I get the strong sense of feeling we do need Genius Wario in order able to actually just to progress when it comes to likely access to certain spots throughout the entire level for sure, but we'll just see what happens there. So in this case though, yep, there's gonna be one of those things I suppose. So, but as you can see, as soon as we're able to actually activate all green of those, or all green mushrooms as far as I'm aware, basically the little door symbol has now been replaced. Like, from the get-go though, you're able to actually stumble across into a shuffle symbol door, which basically does the fact that if you enter that door where it has like a shuffle symbol, basically it just goes around in a loop, basically. So, yeah, I get the strong sense of feeling that if you enter that door over there, then basically you're able to actually go back to the beginning of the room. So as a result though, it doesn't feel that complicated, well, apart from the fact that, well, like I said before, I highly doubt we might stumble across into more annoying, frustrating moments in this game. Especially noticeable, the game only gets harder from this point onwards and always gets more annoying from this point onwards because platforming with touchscreen controls just sucks. Can you tell I really don't like the Warrior Master of Disguise as much, to be honest with you guys? I'm sorry, I just don't like this game. It's such a blur entry in the series. I mean, relatively speaking though, like I said before so many times already, it just fills to the brim with all that tedium involved, and on top of all that, oh, I accidentally activated the blue mushroom by mistake, so... Anyway, so, yeah, looks like Mighty's gonna be able to be taking charge of controlling the actual gamepad again after the events of, you know, when he almost rage quit on that particular previous level as far as I'm concerned, but, yeah, oh shoot, we have no idea where the last mushroom is. Is it somewhere like, I don't know, can you just turn into Wicked Warrior, please? Please, game, please don't do this to me again. Seriously, it's so finicky though. Like, there we go. Well, at the very least though, I can, oh, there's the mushroom over there, so we do need to able to constantly to transform into, RT Wario to enable to create those specific blocks. And yeah, shoving, it doesn't usually work, so only Genius Warrior can able to pull this off, so... Well, at the very least though, we can able to actually access that door over there. But before we, continue things on here, let me just go ahead and keep on shooting the actual star icon, just in case we were able to receive some more goodies and stuff like that, so... Everything else checks out there for the most part, so... But still, I can't believe this is the final level in the game, folks, especially noticeable that we're getting very close towards the end of this godforsaken game, like I said before. Before we move on to the last current Wario platformer game, that's what appears to be Wario Land, the Shake Dimension. So hopefully that game doesn't go nearly as frustrating, well, apart from a couple of mission exceptions though, which we'll probably won't get into that until whenever we get to it until next year, so... And also something's worth mentioning for the sake of time, today's date is of course the 25th of November today, in this case in 2022 today. Excuse me, I've got something on my throat there, I do apologize for that for this point, folks. But basically though, that we actually got ourselves some interesting discussions to talk about. That is the fact that, well, relatively speaking, better late than never I suppose, that happy 10th anniversary of the release of Rabbids Land for the Wii U, which despite the fact that we didn't actually get the game back in the day, probably because about the fact that we pretty much still used it with Mario Party, because obviously Mario Party is more successful at this point in time, especially noticeable with all that, you know, Mario Party Superstars is now a thing, and also about the fact that it has a lot of sequels onto Mario Party stuff. And on top of all that stuff though, while Mighty's gonna be able to take control of the actual gamepad from now on, well, usually because we still play this on the Wii U, so there might be plenty of times though about the fact that there's going to be a lot of like awkward cuts around here, just because, well, again, navigation in this game just feels very tedious, especially noticeable about the fact that, well, I still get it in Metroidvania, which I don't mind about it too much, but execution is just wrong. Yeah, anyway though, so is that supposed to be like a ripoff of Princess Peach? Well, kinda think about it though, because the outfit looks kinda familiar, doesn't it? Although I highly doubt about the fact that someone's behind all this might able to actually cause some bit of plot twist or something like that, so... It could be one of those emphasis, I think, so... Anyway, so I get the strong feeling that we do need Cosmic Wario to shoot that little switch over there, so that way we can able to actually just go ahead and shoot it from here, so it won't be too much of an hassle. So there we go. So at the very least, not only do we able to actually discover one treasure chest, but 3 treasure chests in one room. So that's actually pretty super dope and everything. So but at the very least, we can able to do dodge to dodge from the get-go. So oh shoot, no. Okay, I'm not gonna give up. Almost gonna get myself sidetracked for a moment. But there we go. We've managed to accomplish that. And look how much money we've got from that particular treasure in mine. Yeah, I know that. But eventually though, the minigame's gonna get a lot more tougher at this point. So, yeah, don't expect things to be too easy and stuff like that, so... Oh, dang it! I jinxed it! Oh boy, there's gonna be a lot of emphasis on wasting times in certain treasures like these, but at the very least you can able to do sliding tiles thingy right here, within like no sweat. So, best of luck I guess, for you, bro. Well, you managed to done in 5 seconds flat. Oh wow, 3,212 cash? That sounds quite rich I guess. Well, nowhere near as rich just yet though, but exponentially speaking though, oh no, not this again. Why did they put up too many lasers within the harder difficulty settings or something, so... Oh jeez, I jinxed it up, yep, I jinxed it up. Again, within that same exact treasure chest, so... Ay ay ay, what is going on with this? Oh yeah, there's one thing I should probably also mention about, in terms of that particular save Wario cap thingy right there, as we saw, basically though, is the fact that one thing I did not realize, that you can actually save your progress if you manage able to collect all kinds of treasures. So as a result though, that might be pretty handy though, if you don't be bothered able to complete the levels or something. Well, I don't know about you, because relatively speaking, I don't usually remember this game all that well. So as a result though, that might be saying something, so... Anyways, let's go ahead and save our game just in case we don't start all over again with certain progression lost, so... But at the very least, that's something, I suppose. Oh yeah, another thing I would like to mention while this is going on, happy 25th anniversary of the release of Sonic R, the actual Sonic racing game for the Sega Saturn / PC, as far as I'm aware. Well, mind you about the fact that the Sega Saturn version came out first, so as a result though, I do remember playing the Sega Saturn version of that game, but it does feel a lot more difficult than the likes of how it does it on the Sonic Gems Collection version, or potentially the PC version. So, yeah, I honestly have no idea why I managed able to explain something like this. I mean, relatively speaking though, it's just the fact that it's been about 2 days ago since we actually last touched this game after when Mighty just somehow almost quit, because obviously with all that too much things to come by for himself, like, you know, dealing with this awkward Wicked Wario transformation. And seriously, whoever thought with that, well, who would thought that particular transformation? Well, the transforming itself is fine, but trying to execute with drawing the specific shape, it just feels a lot awkward. Like, it's kind of does like, it's kind of like the equivalent to that particular dinosaur, no, the dragon transformation where it comes to that shape, but it's just, again, super awkward to deal with, so... And you see that little arrows right there, that where it's trying to tell you what you're supposed to able to do? Basically, that's what this switch is coming to play. So basically, if you follow the correct directions for certain switches, basically though, if you manage to execute it correctly, then basically the ladder will appear. Like so. So, yeah, not much else to explain about that, so either way. Of course, there's some more mushrooms to be found, so in addition to Cosmic Wario selections of switches that we can able to just activate them, but of course we do need to deal with some more enemies first, because otherwise if we do the switches without dealing with all the rest of the enemies in this particular room, basically though is the fact that we are pretty much guaranteed that we will die, so... And exponentially speaking though, it's just the fact that it might be felt a bit cumbersome to go through, so... Now if you couldn't tell already from the actual time length of the video itself, similar to the forms of how it does it on one of those parts in Mario Party 7, alongside with the forms of Wii Party, alongside with the forms of our Nintendo Wii Collection video update, and as well as from that, the entire Christmas unboxing video rankings video back in last year. This is also another one of those very, very long videos we actually did manage to cover through. And the reason being for this, well, you'll find out until whenever we proceed for this particular stage, because I mean, let me tell you, we've almost done with this game, especially because, well, we just want to move on to the next game, especially that thankfully that the next game, that's basically, it should be a little bit more funner to able to go through, especially because thankfully, we don't have to worry about the forms of this very awkward touchscreen control shenanigans. Well, apart from the fact that we still have to come across into, motion controls here and there, but to be honest, the motion controls doesn't bother me too much though, apart from a couple of the game exceptions though. But relatively speaking though, motion controls doesn't really bother me at all, but that's just probably just me anyway though. So anyway, but then again though, if you accidentally press the blue mushroom, basically though, it just resets the entire switches themselves. So yeah, not much right to home about, I guess, and it also was a little bit irritating though, especially noticeable if you ever come back to the previous rooms like these. Basically though, what happens was, certain enemies do respawn, which I get it because it's almost like a similar kind of thing as the Metroid games, but hopefully whenever we get to the next Metroid game at some point, possibly by next month potentially, then we can pretty much guarantee to able to have some fun with it though, especially for what I've heard, that Super Metroid is definitely one of the best video games of all time when it comes to 2D Metroid titles. So, yeah, that basically explains it, huh? But, hopefully, relatively speaking, though, we can just, well, I have no idea why I'm saying things weirdly enough at this point today, because, although I would like to mention about another thing I would like to discuss, but I think I should probably save that conversation until once we're able to actually proceed for this particular stage, so yeah, not much else to explain about this, I suppose, so come on. Ugh. You okay, Mighty? No, I'm not. I'm still having some issues with that. Stupid wicked Wario just refuses to transform, and all of a sudden, it just... I know that, Mighty. It is still way too finicky when it comes to likely turn into Wicked Wario, and it doesn't work most of the time because we have drawn the actual specific triangle angle shape, but then, well, at the very least you did accomplish that, didn't you? Well, that doesn't excuse the fact that I'm just gonna go bonkers again, but either way, we did somehow manage to able to find the purple chest, so for potentially trying to able to actually access to the map, so yeah, not much else to say, so... Oh yeah, for what I've heard about the fact the matter is though, is the fact that one thing I should also mention about this as well, that recently Pokemon Scarlet and Violet just already came up with certain reviews for the game, and basically it receives quite a good review so far. Like, relatively speaking though, I just realized we don't think we can able to complete this minigame because touchscreen controls just feels a bit unresponsive sometimes. Or maybe because the defaults are changing difficulty slightly, so to make things a lot more hellish to go through. But at the very least though, we can able to do this, I suppose, but... Alright, so anyway, for GameSpot gives Pokemon Scarlet and Violet an 8 out of 10, so that's a good score. And Games Radar gives the game 3.5 out of 5, so that's something. Shack News gives it like a 7 out of 10. Metro just gives it an 8 out of 10, and Game Explain liked it a lot. And I don't know about Eurogamer though, because, well, despite the fact that I haven't watched that much playthroughs of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet as much as the next guy, but relatively speaking though, it's just we usually have some different tastes, I suppose, so... And unfortunately, we failed the second time just because, my lord, the actual objects are going down way too fast. So, So yeah, I can totally see why this is where the game starts to get really difficult at this point, especially because you have to go through several mini games, and worst of all, they're all repeated by themselves. Well, apart from different stimulations for, you know, adding some more challenge, but aside from all that stuff though, I'm just getting tired of the exactly the same mini games over and over and over again. Like, I just wish there was more variety. Like, why can't they just add in more mini games to our disposal? But apparently it doesn't. So, come on, please, please. Just calm down, Mighty. Just take your time. Well, that doesn't excuse the fact that this particular. Here I go again, I guess. It's bad enough that we are able to actually wasted so many seconds for this godforsaken transformation to work. But at the very least, Mighty did pull this off, so... Is there another treasure chest over there? Well, I don't know about you, Sonic, but we're also able to investigate that, I guess, but still. Well, as long as you were able to do dot to dot, you should be fine, so... There we go. Nicely done. At least it's pretty easy when you manage to get the hang of this, though. So, yeah, it looks like you got able to activate that particular mushroom switch again. But first of all, I think you do need to able to grind some more hearts just in case you don't able to die, didn't you? Well, I highly doubt it because obviously though it's just get this thing and move on, I guess. But at the very least you can able to actually burn these guys, so... Okay, so have I done it? No, I haven't, because the doors itself is not changed, so... Oh boy, where am I gonna go? It could be very well hidden though for one of those mushrooms, I suppose, Mighty, because, well, I just get this strong sense of feeling that this level might actually be overstayed welcome, so... Okay, so I've checked and it only shows the arrow signs, but... Oh, bother, why does this game just decide to able to... Oh, wait a second, there it is. There it is! I found it! I can assure you that might work. Nope, it doesn't work. Ugh. And I'm almost gonna be dying again. Oh, jeez. I just... You know what? I think this game is, like, so much worse than the, Wario World for the GameCube, because I can at least respect, you know, Wario World for the GameCube, because it's quite fun to play, because, well, despite there might be some repetition when it comes to beat-em-up segments, but at the very least, it is such a joy to play on Wario World for the GameCube, because obviously you can able to explore certain parts throughout the world, and on top of all that stuff though, no gimmicks to it, so... That's a heart for goodness sake! I suppose this drawing might be alright, I guess? But still, I just don't care. What happens if I go over here? Oh, it just takes me back. Okay. I see how it is, game. I see how it is. Wait a second. I get the strong... It's right over there, isn't it? Screw this game. Even when getting to some good portions throughout this level, I'm getting boned over so bad. It's not high enough. I was thinking I was gonna do this, and then, yeah, see that bullets to somehow go through that little wall, and then we can able to activate that mushroom like so. I suppose that's done, I guess. Yeah, I really wish if I was trying to able to invite Ray for today, but unfortunately though, he might be a bit too busy, I'm afraid, bro. I was expecting those trying to able to say something like that, I guess. But at the very least, we can move on, so that's sure it's something, I guess, so... But at the very least, the actual background does look nice, though. And I apologize for that particular graphical glitch on our capture recording, because, well, I get a strong feeling that our Wii U can't take this game that much anymore, just because of all that tedium here and there. And on top of all that stuff, though, it just... Well, I can totally see why that this particular playthrough gets a lower views rating, because, well, it's just the amount of tedium we have to go through, so... And also we got those familiar mouse-like enemies since the beginning of the game. Yeah, which is kind of weird, because most of these enemies are pretty tricky and difficult to go through, while certain enemies like these guys are pretty pathetic, honestly. So either way though, I've got no words to think about, so... Well, at the very least, we activate that particular mushroom switch, so... let me create a block and turn it into dragon form to get rid of those blue flame blocks. So, I guess there's nothing important on... Well, I suppose that little colored turning icons could be helpful. So, at the very least, it's gonna be one of those, another turning puzzle and stuff like that, so... Alright, so let's get rid of these mouse-like enemies like these. So, oh, there's some hearts there. And apparently these does not do anything if you create a block like that, so... I see how this is going. Oh yeah, another thing I would like to mention is the fact that, well, at the very least, we're actually getting ourselves a new character coming onto Sonic Force's Speed Battle. That, because that particular game has now been 5 years old now, that Super Shadow is actually coming onto Sonic Force's mobile. So that's pretty cool to able to actually see another super form that's actually coming onto, you know, Sonic Force's Speed Battle, because, well, the first one being is the, well, we're probably not gonna spoil the moment on Sonic the Hedgehog 2 movie, because, well, despite the fact that that film has been out for about, 7 months ago or something like that, so relatively speaking, though, I don't feel like trying to able to spoil the actual spoil elements again, so... Oh, please don't tell me I'm off by one mushroom again. Oh, jeez. This is gonna get a lot worse as far as this is concerned. Yeah, anyway, though. So, anyway, oh yeah, did you heard about the fact that, unfortunately, though, one of those, Sonic creator, Yuji Naka, that he just somehow got arrested? Oh, shoot. Why? Well, I've no idea why, but, well, I honestly blame on Balan Wonderworld, because Balan Wonderworld sucks, because as a result of that kind of stuff, though, it just feels unfinished when it came out since about a year ago. Well, mind you, I'm probably not going to talk about it ever again. So, predictably speaking, when it comes to other worst games out there, my top 10 worst video games I've ever seen and played, which there are obviously... I would say Sonic Free Riders, just because of its bad control requirement, and on top of all that stuff, though, a pretty bare-bones story. Well, at the very least, the graphics do look pretty gorgeous, even on the racetracks themselves, but ultimately, though, the story production, presentation, just feels a bit lame in comparison to the forms of how it does it on, well, the previous Sonic Riders games, for sure. Well, I can honestly say about that, because, well... I just got no words to say about the forms of the entire visual presentation about that game. Well, it's a good thing we didn't pick up the game, just because if we do, then obviously it would require the Xbox 360 Kinect in order to able to play the game. Like, I can totally see why that game is never gonna get itself its re-release, unfortunately, for modern platforms as far as I'm aware, so... Yeah, that's what I was thinking about anyway, so... Oh, I see. So basically, one of those crushing spike ceilings are actually fake, so we can just, go through it, I guess, and then, maybe I can probably just... I don't know. I've got no idea what to do here. Well, at the very least, you do manage to able to activate, I'm not exactly sure if this will be possible, but I'll give it a go, I guess, while this thing is actually gonna get a lot slower. Oh, that's not gonna help. That is definitely not gonna help. Just keep on getting hit a lot from that particular spike ceiling. I guess that works. Oh shoot, how do I get out of here? How on earth do I supposed to get out of here? Oh wait. Ah, bingo. It doesn't take that long to solve, I guess. Well, despite it took me about 5 extra minutes in order able to navigate for that godforsaken room. Although, to be fair, it does kind of reminds me of one of those levels, Metallic Madness level from the likes of Sonic CD in the final act. No, sorry, the second act, I meant to say. So, yeah, I totally, I totally realized that what you're trying to say from this point, Sonic, so... Yeah, we do apologize if our commentary is a little bit awkward at times, because, I mean, let's face it, we just want to get this game finished and done with, despite a lot of mistakes like this can happen, so... Ay, what is going on? And I get the feeling if we do manage to complete that particular purple chest challenge, then obviously we will get ourselves one of those yellow keys, as far as that's been concerned with. Oh boy, we have to crush those bugs again. Just gonna have to concentrate on this one. Just keep, you know, tapping the touchscreen and hope for the best. Oh, I guess that could work. Oh, come on. Oh, thank the Lord. We actually accomplished the harder difficulty of this particular minigame. Okay, so now we've actually access to not one, but 2 yellow keys, which is interesting to say the least, especially for its progressioning for the sake of time. So either way though, now let's go ahead and deal with this particular little pressable switches again. So, and I think we actually did make a mistake here, but exponentially though, I think we should probably just go ahead and I don't know, activate that particular mushroom over there? I don't know, but let's try it. And maybe just able to, like, collect more hearts for, repunish ourselves. Despite my drawing sucks. Ay. At least the music is okay, but nothing groundbreaking, I must say. Well, I was thinking about the same thing, so I think we should probably just go ahead and restart this room, because I think we somehow managed to mess things up with that particular puzzle correct order, so we'll suppose we'll just keep trying, I guess, and hope for the best. So, yeah, for the most part, I think that's all I can say about the forms of today's discussion, I'm afraid. Well, at least we've already explained quite a few bits and bobs here and there. Like, I just felt incredibly bad for Yuji Naka recently. Yeah, I was thinking about the same thing about well, felt so sorry for him, I guess. Yeah, I know, especially noticeable that he's always doing pretty well when it comes to creating certain Sonic content here and there. And eventually though, by that time until the next couple of months or days or so, that exponentially Sonic Frontiers will able to hopefully receive some more DLC based off from, I would say costumes most likely, but we shall definitely probably see what really happens during at some point in the next couple of days or so when it comes to like everything else for the most part, so... oh wait a second, I just get the feeling that I'm pretty sure that one of... Oh, okay, so... I believe one of those mushrooms is timed switch, and then the other one is basically a standard switchable press. So, I'm just a little bit struggle at this point, guys. Okay, so this is what we're supposed to do. Basically, I think we should probably activate the that mushroom at the bottom, and then quickly hit up and activate one of those mushrooms up there, and there we go. Takes a bit of time to able to actually figure this out though, but still, it might take some bit of practice, because if you don't know already, this is our first time experiencing this particular stage, as far as you probably already know what that is, so... Alright, so we do have a blue door and the red door, so we do need a red key somewhere, so... Well, there's the, another purple chest up there, so... Oh no. More mushroom puzzles. When it comes to switching, well, switches to be active. Well, at the very least, you already come across into, the red chests so far, so at least that's something you can able to execute it well enough, I guess. Oh boy, how am I gonna do this? I think you got this. Or maybe not. Oh, come on. Oh, screw it. We'll just take a hit anyway. And hopefully try a different minigame, I guess. But thankfully, we come across into this again. It's pretty clear at this point is the fact that the minigames themselves are now going to get a lot more really old very fast, which, gee, no wonder why that. I don't know how many sales does this game manage to able to sell for. Like, I know I haven't looked up on this game all that much though, but I'm also able to actually, actually no wait, Mighty, if you don't mind if you're able to actually research about the Wario Master of Disguise of how much that game sells for, like the actual sale records for that, while I'm just able to take control of this for now, because, well, sometimes I want to be too fast, but then I just realized that there are some slow parts here and there, so that probably explains it how. Oh, and another thing too is the fact that the game receives, well, quite mixed receptions with all that. Well, you know what I mean, when it comes to, like, the, it lacks polish than the likes of how it does on the past Wario games, for sure. Like, it definitely receives a lot of, bad reviews and stuff like that, so I can honestly explain how that, this game just gets, like, a lot of negativity in comparison to the other installments, so... Oh no, I realized you have to activate the correct spawning order of certain... Oh my god, this is getting a lot more tedious now. Oh, I did not know you can fall through here. And something tells me I need to activate certain mushroom switches in the correct order. Because if I activate the wrong switch, basically, it just managed to reset. Oh my god, this is gonna suck. Well, to be honest though, Sonic, tell me about it, because I just got no words to explain of how the control schemes in this game just feels, well, a lot more sucky, if you will, so... Ah, we're going back to that again. Jesus Christ. When is this gonna end? I mean, seriously, whoever thought this was a good idea? And screw you. Screw you, lasers. Ugh. I suppose I'll take another hit, I guess. But at least we're doing the bug squishing minigame again. Yeah, I'm sorry about the involvement of this awkward commentary, guys, in certain parts throughout this entire part, because I don't know about you, it just... I'm almost felt a little bit tired for this entire game. Alright, there we go. Now we've actually accomplished that. Ah, finally. But at the very least I received some treasure in there, so... I guess that's fine, I suppose. So, Mighty, did you find anything for, Wario Master of Disguise, sales numbers? I must be honest though, Sonic, I think I haven't found any of it. Like, all it gets is just certain Kirby games, certain Mario vs. Donkey Kong games, and exponentially though, WarioWare Touched. That, at least that game did, sell quite well actually, despite, being on the forms of, I would say, number... where is it? Is it something like number... well, it is something like... oh, you mean like, 39? Yeah, I can assure you for this point, Sonic, it's, 39 spots, so... yeah, I was thinking about that, so, I think I need to turn into... okay, there we go. So we're almost done. Ah, finally. Now we got that out of the way, so let's go ahead and get some more keys into that chest right there, so... yeah, anyway. That's, yeah, WarioWare Touch did manage to able to receive, 2.47 million copies sold, so that's a good thing, I suppose, because that was the game that Tiana, she's having a fun time right now. So, I believe Wario Master of Disguise is not being listed onto the best-selling, DS games, which, to be honest with you, this deserves it, because obviously that a lot of people really despise the game so much. But anyway, so let's just try this again, because that drawing minigame just felt a bit, time consuming, and it's just a lot difficult, especially they now added in not one, but 4 lasers in that particular point worth noting for, and it just... I've got nothing more to add. Okay, there we go. 2 red keys that we've actually gone through. So that's sure it's possible to able to get to that certain point. So of course there's no way we can able to backtrack, because obviously those little vines just somehow blocks our progression here. So alright, so now let's just go ahead and go through the red door over there. Although, generally speaking, there's also another red door around here somewhere, but I think we should probably save that until for later, so... but first, let me just go ahead and replenish some more health, despite the game doesn't register our heart's drawing! Okay, there we go. Oh, screw you. Screw you. Okay, I suppose that's okay, I guess, for this health amount, but... ah, seriously, this is kind of awkward with the microphone for that Wicked Wario for its flying skills. I mean, that's so stupid, man. I'm gonna agree with you there, Mighty, because that usually is so stupid for, you know, utilizing that particular transformation for executions, I guess. Oh, come on. Alright, yes, finally. I've now finally succeeded from that hardest difficulty of this minigame right here. But thank God I've somehow managed to pull this off. Alright, so... this might felt a bit complicated as far as progression as far as this is concerned. But let's just grab some more of those, more money for, you know, trying to able to be rich and everything, but either way, that's not much else you can honestly explain about, you know, everything else for this point is today. But don't worry, folks. Until specifically on specifically this weekend, actually, that both Pac-Man and Pinkie Pie are both. Hold on. Oh no. Something tells me that I somehow screwed this up. Well, I suppose that the good thing about this is... Oh no, it just respawns. Shoot. This game hates us. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, what we're supposed to do here is... Actually, let me just... I refuse to die here. Okay, let me just turn into Cosmic Wario for the better. And, well, let's just replenish some more health and... No wonder why this game decides to taunt me right there. Although I could like to mention about more details about the forms of Mario Kart Tour today, because apparently that the next tour should be coming up during at some point until next Wednesday. So, but either way though, we'll have to save that conversation until whenever we get to that point, so... And something tells me that we do need to activate that mushroom switch, so... Oh my god. I'm really truly sorry, guys, about the fact that this game decides to go hellish on me. I mean, Jesus. It also doesn't help that the music itself just feels a bit slightly irritating to me though, because it just all gets like looped every single second's worth noting for, and oh man. Oh man. Okay, so this is what we're supposed to do here. And you're supposed to able to turn into Genius Warrior right there, and quickly just turn into RT Wario to create not only one block, but also 3 blocks, I presume. So we'll just go ahead and be fast. Oh, I did made it. Oh, okay. Oh my god. Jesus. I bet this might be a little bit more lengthy than the likes of Eggman Land from Sonic Unleashed for sure. Oh, I can do diagonal? Okay. I was not expecting that, but, gee, the game never tells me I can do diagonals as well. Or maybe I honestly forgot about that ever since in Super Mario 64 DS in one of those, touchscreen minigames as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I honestly don't know about that, but still. But we still have no idea how do we get out of there, so... Actually, could this switch actually help? Well, yes. Yes, it does. Actually, before we, continue things on around here, I get the feeling that we're most able to turn into, Dragon Wario, because I get the feeling that we might actually be something missing, like... For instance, we actually stumbled across another red door, so in some cases we'll definitely have to use one of our red keys in order to be able to proceed, so... I guess that pretty much sort things out, I suppose. Well, there's nothing major in here, aside from the fact that, well, we got ourselves a save point, and on top of that, there's another red chest on top. Oh, wait a second, it's a trap. I totally figured this out, there might be a trap in here, so... That explains it. I suppose. But, if we go down here, this is where we find another chest over there. Hi, but thankfully it's a dot and dot dot to dot, so... That's sure it's something we can able to be, find it a bit more self-explanatory. Well, despite the shapes are pretty much unchanged, so you're still able to, like, draw the W shape or something like that, despite I screwed things up by complete accident, so... But we still accomplished it, so... Wow, it's almost like 1,000 pounds for that particular treasure. Yeah, but hey. There's another trap. Something about the golden frog just feels a bit more, I don't know, richness, I guess? Although, all it does is that if you dare kill the golden frog, I think it gives you, like, some more gems for power-ups, I suppose. But that's about it. I mean, nothing special, I don't think. Alright, we're almost done. We're almost done with this godforsaken level and the entire game. Oh, okay. So, we do need to go up here somehow. Although, rather than just doing that, because that won't help. But hey, at least it's pretty easy to get up there. So, anyways, let's turn into Cosmic Wario again to proceed to this specific spots like these. And, activate the blue door. Oh god, another one of those specific shots that you have to make for Cosmic Wario in mind. Oh gosh, this is getting... Actually, can I just do a bit of a cheating way by doing that? I guess that kind of works. Although, we do need some more hearts though, because if we dare die to those spikes, this means we have to go for this entire point again, so... Oh, come on, game. Don't do this to me again. Don't you dare do this to me again. Oh my god. This is so stupid. This is literally so stupid. This is so... I don't feel like trying to curse or anything, but... I just... got nothing more to add. But anyway. We got enough hearts at the very least, though. But at least that's something, I suppose. Oh, wait a second. We need to turn into Wicked Wario in order to be able to make it up there. That probably explains it. Alright, so... Oh, this is another one of those mushroom switches in the correct spawning, Oh, no, wait. I'm sure there might be something we can able to sort things out through, but... Either way, but I highly doubt that we will definitely have to get ourselves the final chest for sure. But, actually, with those, mushroom switches though, I think, yeah, we have to activate all of these at the same time. Okay. Oh, I see. So, we'll just have to... No, there we go. Okay, so... we'll create that. And turn into Wicked Wario before the block explodes. If the stupid thing... There we go. Ah, that took a bit of a while to able to actually just get this through. Now we can able to actually do whatever we want to able to do with this. So we'll stack up 2 blocks right here and shove this flame block over there. And, well, we can able to actually just stand here and be RT Warrior again, grab some more health just in case before we die, and exponentially we can able to activate the 3 remaining mushrooms there, so... I mean... I can imagine first time players were able to have a lot of struggles with this level, especially just like episode 6 in mind. But at least I'll give it some credit for it that episode 7 is still one of the greatest episodes ever, because it doesn't require you to go for a lot of tedium involved. But that's just me. Alright, so let's quickly go through. and able to actually open up the purple chest as we go. And goody, because that was another slide tile mini game again. So at least thankfully we actually did the easiest one for last. So oh, wait a second. I'm almost gonna get freaked out for a moment because I almost assumed that I'm almost gonna able to freak out for myself, but there we go, we got ourselves the red diamonds, and that way we can now able to actually access to the door into the beginning of the level, so oh, another one of those again. And I somehow accidentally activate that by mistake, so something tells me, yep, they're very well hidden for those specific mushrooms. Well, thankfully there's only 3 green mushrooms we can activate for as switches, so but at the very least we succeed. Alrighty, now we made our way back to the beginning of the level itself almost, and let's activate this door, and oh, it's finally over. Well, not exactly over yet though, because I get the feeling that we actually come across into the final artifact, or specifically the wish stone. And what is he doing here again? Although I get the feeling that he might be planning up to something. Oh wait, what the? How come those 5 wish stones all usually appeared all at once? Something tells me something suspicious is going on. Oh god, it's almost like a knockoff Super Paper Mario book. Wait, she's responsible for this? Well, there's a plot twist, I suppose. So, I suppose that she was there for able to let us get distracted by not only Count Kananoi, but also same place with this cappuccino fellow right there on the left. But honestly, I think I should probably skip any text or anything else like that because, well, we just want to get the actual level ended and done with because, let me tell you, it just feels way overstayed and welcome, especially noticeable with all that tedious mushroom switches we are constantly activating throughout the whole level, and I personally think that the last level in the game honestly sucks. Like, I'm just being honest here. Dang. That's quite a lot of zap attack for quite of a shock from her. And kind of think about it, she dressed almost exactly like Princess Peach. Although except the fact that, well, she's obviously planning for something. Yeah, anyway though, we'll just keep on moving along. We were expecting to able to skip the rest of it though, but we'll just have to able to read any other dialogue to see what's really happening right there, so. But at this point in time, folks, that, my god, it's been almost like an hour of this recording session. And worst of all, we have to deal with the final boss in the game, apparently, because, well, god, I couldn't imagine this will take a lot longer than I thought it was. Oh my god. Okay. Just gonna calm down and just focusing on the final bit of the game and just make sure that we will try to get this done as much as we possibly can. So, despite there's a lot of text heavy here and now, or dialogue heavy, so I suppose that's something. So I don't know what she was planning up to exactly, but still I just don't care. Oh god. Oh, Count Kananoi. He did save our lives. Huh. And he also decided able to take cappuccino right here too. Okay, that's something I suppose. So I suppose that cappuccino is not that much of a threat, I guess. Well, despite the actual misunderstanding for dealing with this very annoying short race. Oh god, she's now looking like Princess Peach now. Except that her eyes are wrong and her crown is also wrong too. But yeah, we've reached for about 1 hour of this recording session. That's just so dumb. But anyway folks, it's time for the final boss in the game in Wario Master of Disguise, thank god. And let me tell you, I'm just not a big fan of this game already, because still, like I said before, it's just everything else in this game is kind of awkward to play. But anyways, I don't know what the final boss is named by the way though, it could be terrorism or something like that. Well mind you, I don't know that much of this game, I must be brutally honest here. So anyways, in this boss fight right here, I think it's divided into 3 phases, or technically 4, because the first phase, all you have to really do is just able to actually turn into Genius Wario, as you can see. And basically though, we need to able to attack its weak spot for, well, obviously our job is to able to actually fill up the entire arena itself, as you can see. And basically though, in order able to get the thing full up of water, that we need to attack its weak spot with all these little glowing orbs. Like, the ones we need to attack though is the red one, because that way it deals with that particular fill up the water situation. But sometimes though, this boss fight can be annoying at times, especially noticeable. Sometimes they like to throw you off with projectiles. Once the entire arena is full up, basically you can able to turn into Captain Wario, or Submarine Wario for that matter, so that way you can fire those torpedoes right at her face. That way, if you deal with 5 hits, then we'll move on to the next phase. So, oh god, is it one of those Cosmic Wario precise shots? I get a strong feeling it might be one of those things. Yep. That probably explains how we're gonna deal with the forms of the specific damage on the second phase, so... Yeah, I've got to admit though, that this is actually not too bad of a boss fight. It's pretty challenging, and also on top of all that stuff though, it's just the finale final boss, so... What I will still admit though is the fact that it might be too chaotic at points, but well, especially noticeable on the second phase, that's the only reason, so come on, for God's sake, just give me this godforsaking hearts. Oh my god. It's way too finicky with certain stuff, you know? But anyway, let's just go ahead and get this over with, so... Because yeah, every time whenever you hear terrorism decided they're able to actually just take a hit, basically though, that deals the damage on the weak spots, so... or at least I got it. Alright, just only 2 minutes left before we move on to the third phase? Oh yeah, you have to watch out for those specific disguise shapes, as you can see on screen, that we actually stumbled across into certain familiar lines based off from not only Captain Wario, but also you know, Wicked Wario right there. Because if you accidentally touch these, then basically though, that you will instantly get replaced by that different transformation. So, not much else to add around here, so yeah, there's not much else to explain, so... Okay, there we go. The second phase is done. I will say the second phase is definitely the hardest of the 3. So speaking of 3 though, here we go on to phase 3, which takes place in the lava, apparently. So basically though, what you have to do in this particular part, I think the majority of that particular disguise transformation you have to just transform into is none other than Dragon Wario, because apparently though, he can't deal the damage to that particular thing itself, although you have to watch out for those lava Kaisers and stuff like that. But honestly, between the first phase and the third phase is actually alright. Well, mind you, the second phase is kind of tough and difficult. Well, usually when you get the hang of the forms of not only trying to dodge a lot of projectiles, but also just trying to able to just, well, keep a lot of accuracy for aiming shots and whatever, so... Yeah, not much else to be able to explain about this particular boss fight, honestly. It's just... Well, it's nice to end things off, but again, it's just with all that awkward disguise forms you have to put up with, so... But still, thankfully though, the third phase is actually overall pretty easy when you get the hang of it though. So, relatively speaking though, there's not much else to add. So, and here we go, on to the final phase, where we simply have to slap her, or stop her, whatever. So, how anticlimactic right there for trying to deal with the final boss with the final hit right there. So, nothing more to add, I suppose. So, there we go. Jesus, this particular episode in mind took a lot, I mean a lot longer than I was expecting. And ladies and gentlemen, I think this might actually be the longest video yet for our channel so far, just because of, well, this level decides to able to screw us up again. I mean, Jesus. You guys have no idea how much you're gonna sit through for this entire tedium and all that stuff though, but either way though, that's saying something. But exponentially speaking though, Sonic, that, you know what I mean, we're getting very close towards the end of November basically, because I can assure to you, we only got about 5 more days to go. No way, 6 more days to go until December is approaching, so at the very least though, we can able to celebrate with all that Christmas joy and all that stuff, and oh, turns out that Good Style was actually now a human form? Huh, how peculiar, huh? Despite I don't usually know about this until now anyway though, but who cares, because we reached to the very end of the game, folks, because, well, we've done it. We've done everything in this godforsaken game. Hi. I would like to give my final thoughts, but let's just get this, you know, the actual results going, and oh my god, 51 minutes! Oh my god, this level can be a lot tedious than ever. I mean, it's quite easily my least favorite level in the game right now, alongside with episode 6, because Jesus, it just goes super dang lengthy. Hi. Anyway, let's watch the ending to Wario Master of Disguise, aka Phantom Thief Wario D7. So, as always, Wario receives a lot of cash and a lot of gold, just like the forms of any other Wario games, except this time it's on the Nintendo DS, and on top of all that stuff though, he's wearing this ridiculous, you know, Phantom Thief outfit, which it looks pretty goofy if you look at it though, because honestly I do prefer the regular outfit, I must be honest here, so... So, either way, it's over. It's finally done. Hi. I can't even believe about the fact that we have to go for this entire ordeal. Yep, after so many control problems, and also on top of all that stuff though, a lot of repetition for certain stuff as far as this is concerned, and yeah, that's what I can say about it. So it looks like we actually teleport back out of the actual television as far as that's been concerned with. But look, it's exactly the same scene as the beginning of the game, except, well, basically this is the ending, so thank God for that. And also Wario just found out there might be something wrong. Like, for example, one of his treasure or gold doesn't seem to able to bring back along with him, so I'm guessing Wario's the only one who did manage able to get back out of the television, so... Oh, and also, by the way, if you ever played a game in the Japanese version on the surfing poster, that basically does the fact that I believe the surfing word, that the capital F word exists in the Japanese version, which I honestly forgot to mention about that. So, yeah, it turns out that Count Kananoi is the only one managed to receive a lot of treasure and gold all this time. Huh. That might be a bit of a weird anticlimactic thing to notice that, but I'm guessing Wario is pretty much upset right now for jealousy once again. And exponentially speaking, though, he just wished he wants to become on the he wants to able to go into the TV show once again, but yeah, nothing to say about this. So, yeah, that's basically how we can explain about, you know, the entire ending, especially noticeable because, well, I mean, let's face it though, Wario got screwed once again, so... There we go, folks. Credits is now there, and, well, at least I'll give my final thoughts of this game before anything else happens. I hate this game so much. It's easily still is one of the worst Wario platformer games I've ever played. Especially noticeable, it's a lot more gimmicky than the forms of how it does on the other Wario platformer games. And overall, I wish I just want to go back on to Wario Land, Super Mario Land 3, or hell, even with the forms of Virtual Boy Wario Land for that matter, but also Wario Land 2, 3, and 4, and also Wario World as well, because those games are pretty fun to play through. And on top of all that stuff though, with Wario Land, the Shake Dimension, but again, we'll save that game up and doing at some point until next year. So, all it gets in here on the Steph credit sequence right there, it just shows you the screenshots on the top screen to able to give you a bit of a recap of what certain chapters you went through. And of course, RT Wario decides to able to just fiddle around with the chalkboard. So, that's an interesting touch, I suppose. Oh, yeah, I would like to able to mention about another thing too, but I think we'll let both Pac-Man and Pinkie Pie will both mention more about it until whenever they go back onto Mario Party Superstars until tomorrow. Yeah, I was thinking about the same thing because, I mean, let's face it though, we apologize for our awkward commentary because we just want to get this game done. We want to get this game done. Or, we want to get this game done, I meant to say. We just been for about an hour in order able to complete this godforsaken level. I mean, okay. Calm down now, Sonic. Calm down. Besides, it's already over. We already finished the game, so there's no need able to touch this game over again. I mean, let's face it though, we definitely are, you know, not be going for 100% completion on this entire playthrough because, I'm basically had enough. Like, I would like to mention more about the forms of my opinions of this, but honestly though, I got nothing more to say. I mean, usually, never mind. I just need to chill out for a bit, and I don't know about you, Mighty, but maybe we should probably be able to chill out, aren't we? Well, I suppose that might be true after this credit sequence is now finished and done with. So, either way though, that's as far as I can explain about this. So, you can now play through Secret TV Season? The game's not over yet!